there's like a mysterious 3 seconds between when it says you're live and when that actually records for the playback. So I never know what to do. If anyone has ever wondered why we're so weird right when we turn on, aside from the fact that just we are weird, I am Tom.
I'm Galen.
And we are your trusty Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab dungeon goblins / sniff testers. We've been just damn busy for the last little while and have not been able to sniff test so many things. But we could not let the season pass without digging into the Yellow Wallpaper. Right.
Like literally, we're digging into the wallpaper.
You see what I did there? It helps. I love it when I feel heard and understood. We've been joined live by one person, so now it's like you're sitting here with us. Everyone else is just watching from the future, just looking back powerlessly, unable to change the past, which, you know, is quite relatable. It's how we spend most of our time. For those of you who didn't go to the same middle school that I did, The Yellow Wallpaper is a short story that was written in 1892 by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. And I knew that you would love that.
I almost pushed you.
Charlotte
I
Perkins
was like, that's
Gilman.
not her name.
But it's a comparable...
You said it so...
comparable
confidently.
old lady sounding name.
Oh my god.
I always...
With Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
I always am so fascinated when Mary Elizabeth Winstead is not like 120 years old.
It's just her name.
Well,
if you're watching this, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, wow.
If we have to explain...
I'm amazed that you're watching this.
Oh, you're talking to her directly?
Yes.
Hello, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. You know your name is old. It's okay.
How'd you find this video?
I thought you were talking to the people who don't know who Mary Elizabeth Winstead is, and then I'm like, now we're 2 tangents deep. You're just gonna have to Google it. She was really fun in the Birds of Prey movie.
Really fun.
Not old at all.
No.
But we're all aging so rapidly that she will actually be 100 any minute. So, I mean, actresses, you know, although, honestly, a lot of them are not aging. So,
no.
Just the earlobes.
Yes. Okay, so let's...
Oh, were we supposed to be doing something?
Take a step back.
What were we doing?
Trolled me.
Looking for
on
camera. color clues. Yes, the Yellow Wallpaper.
Yellow.
We slithered around in the basement yesterday for quite a while trying to photograph these. Our building that we live in was built in 1909 or something like that.
1910-ish,
somewhere in there, which makes it nearly period appropriate in the parts of it that are falling down to do a little photography for the Yellow Wallpaper. The Yellow Wallpaper is an incredible short horror story that, and I'm not gonna like recap the whole thing for you. I could probably read it faster than these videos normally go.
You could just read it yourself.
You could pause this right now and go read it, or not pause if you're live. You can't pause a live person, not for free anyway. But I listened to an audiobook version that Cynthia Erivo read. That's right. Very interesting. But like anyway, man, this story is from the perspective, it's like the journals of a woman who is with her husband and kids, I presume, child singular, at a vacation home for the summer, where she has the worst room in the house that they've convinced her is the best room in the house. And what follows is a kind of an account of a descent into madness, or is it? It's got that lovely early feminist touch of like, are people correct to be concerned about her, or is she just kind of being gaslit into accepting like these conditions? She obsesses over the yellow wallpaper in the weird room that she's staying in that used to be a nursery and a gymnasium and has like ring bolts dug into the walls. Instead of like the nicer rooms. They're like, this is for your health. There's like an element of like postpartum depression recovery involved in this story. And then just like the idea of confining women as a solution to their physical and mental health problems.
Mm-hmm.
And gradually, she just reaches for her own solutions to her predicament. And they're really strange and horrifying. And it was just such a great story to read in school because it was an actual, proper, very original, nightmarish horror story.
Yes.
Yeah. I wasn't used to getting to read stuff like that in class. Usually you had to do that on your own time.
Right, you had to seek it out. I got to read it twice in two different English classes in high school, and I'm just like, oh, I can't. Like the first time was fun, but the second time I was like, I can't believe I get to read this again. Like,
Yeah.
how lucky.
I mean, reading it now through adult eyes was very interesting because, of course, there are so many details that I did not really remember and probably glossed over. I just know more now about life and about history and about wallpaper. And so it was just, it was really worth digging into. So we have, at the lab, adapted this short story for our Halloween collection this fall into a series of 8 total fragrances. It's 6 perfume oils, a hair gloss, and an atmosphere spray, which when you think about like how short the story is, that's a very comprehensive adaptation. Whereas, you know, if we had done a much larger book, that would seem like a really restrained adaptation by BPAL standards. But we really got into those, and am I on there? Did we glitch? Would someone kindly say something in the chat if we if you can hear us right now? Because I want to make sure before we continue. I looked up and I saw my own frozen face. A sight which no one should ever have to behold. It's a real picture of Dorian Gray moment.
Is anyone out there?
Is anyone out there? There are 4 people, presumably, who were watching us through this glitch. Hi!
Okay,
Someone
so
says
we
hi.
it's okay.
Can you spell banana says hi. What a shame. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb because that's glitched us in the past. Okay, I'm getting confirmation from people that we are visible and audible, and, you know, condolences. But I don't think we probably missed very much. We'll just keep an eye on the screen for glitches. So I will say that the order that the collection was composed in was chronologically through the story. That is not how it appears in our little web store because our store categorizes things alphabetically. So reading through the scents, they're not in order as like the passages appear in the story. But I think it is most helpful for everyone that we go through them in the order that they're presented on the site, which is how most people will encounter them in the wild. So that means beginning with a recurrent spot. 8 minutes in, not bad. So a recurrent spot references, I'm not going to read all the excerpts because that would really ramp up our time, and you can read them in the store and in the story. But this takes place early on after they've reached the summer home, and she is beginning to be agitated by the patterns in the wallpaper.
She begins to see something in the wallpaper.
It's not good. Have you stayed at a hotel or an Airbnb or a home before where there were details like that that were just like really troubling to you?
I had a wood-paneled bedroom as a child/teen.
As a troubled teen?
As a troubled teen. And sometimes, you know, the wood grain, you'd kind of see things and you're like, oh, that sort of looks like a face or like a buffalo or, you know, just like weird things. So sometimes I would see things in that. But I was not hallucinating to my knowledge. I was just seeing, weird blobs. Oh, is that Jesus? Yeah, like, you know.
I looked at the screen like I thought you were seeing Jesus.
Is that Jesus? No, it's me.
Oh, it's Galen.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so that's, yeah.
I think that there's like part of why the story is so relatable is that even if it's not the wallpaper itself, the wrongness of a space like really has a way of messing with certain sensitive people.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was visiting here before we moved here, and we stayed in that one Airbnb that was like the Prince Suite, because things in Minneapolis are often very princey, and there the space was like, it was just like they were trying to do a lot in too little space, and like the kitchen trash can, there was no space for it, so it was just at the end of the counter, but like directly blocking the passage through the doorway into the master bedroom. Like you should never have to turn sideways to walk through the bedroom door around a trash can.
No.
And then that during that trip, I got COVID and had like a fever in the Prince Suite, and I saw things that may prevent me from appreciating Prince's music ever again.
I'm so sorry.
So, it's fine. So, a recurrent spot, the scent notes are Indolic jasmine glaring through a haze of tobacco yellow and stained lace. Okay.
Sounds promising.
Okay. So, just in case you're just a newbie around here, we are using our testers from our Twin Cities Lunacy events, and so they've got the glass wands in them. When you buy these, they will not come with glass wands unless you separately purchase glass wands. So, just some fun trivia for you. Ooh. So, Indolic refers to like animalic, like associated with like decay or like excrement, or just like a decadent kind of rot. It's like a whole category of scents, scent notes. It's like the jasmine has gone over. It's like the hot days in LA where the jasmine is like wilting. In the just from the bottle, I mean, it's really beautiful. I mean, it's not
Right.
it has that kind of like oversteamed quality, just like the hot New Orleans ripeness, but I'm not scared of it so far. Really beautiful, heady jasmine, but also kind of creamy because of the lace.
Mm-hmm.
And the tobacco is nice. It really smells, something about the combination really does give a sense of the time period of the story. It does have like kind of an unwholesome quality to it. Like it's like August New Orleans instead of like beautiful tourist season New Orleans, where you're just kind of like worried about getting malaria. What are you smelling?
Well, I'm smelling jasmine.
Yeah, it's a very, I mean, it's a really impressively slinky jasmine.
And a sort of fabric.
You are
maybe.
getting the
Yeah,
lace?
Some kind of lace. Something smells like cloth.
But not
Something
like a
smells
new cloth.
stained.
Right. It definitely has a sense of like a yellowed age to
Mhm.
it. It's very interesting because I know I have really casually poked my nose into some of these bottles, and some, I don't know, they're really unusual, intense fragrances. Like we kind of packed a lot into this series because it is the literary component of the Halloween launch. It's also kind of like some of the creepier smells, and also a lot of the florals that are in the Halloween collection are in this series. Having tried this on, I haven't tried any of them on really, and I'm way less afraid of this one now that I've smelled it. I was kind of a little worried about how indolic is this jasmine. But if you are used to jasmines and white florals in general, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Yellow jasmine. I'm gonna come back to this in a little while, and we'll see where we're at. Let's, in the meantime, drift into the A Yellow Smell hair gloss. Just the idea of a creepy story about a creepy setting made into a scent called a yellow smell that you then put in your hair. There's like an abounding overall creepiness about the project that I I'm just very, very in love with. A yellow smell is references in the story because she mentions noticing the smell of it. And she doesn't describe it specifically. It's the whole story is full of this, like, impressions. It's like almost like a Lovecraftian story where they leave a lot to the imagination, and like whatever you can smell in your brain is probably crazier than if she had been very specific in the description. But suffice to say, in the story, she is not impressed with the smell. In the bottle, our scent, a yellow smell hair gloss, is scorched wood and oversteeped chamomile petals pressed wetly into beeswax, brittle fossilized amber, a whisper of honeyed hay and saffron, and the sweet decay of overripe butter figs. Technically, there's nothing about this that really scares me. Why am I afraid to open this bottle?
You know why.
Because it's a yellow smell. Oh, it's okay. Here, you smell that for a second. I'm gonna compose. I don't know how to really do this properly for two people.
Okay.
It's kind of unholy. It's cooler overall than the a recurrent spot. It's like I'm detecting hay, I'm detecting honey, I'm detecting amber. That not as much with the scorch of the wood yet, but there's something about the butter figs and beeswax that does contribute to this kind of like rich, sticky, like yellow haze. The best way for me to do this, I think, is I don't want to spray it exactly. I'm just gonna like get some from the bottle on the straw. Oh, that's more than I wanted. Ugh. And just put it on my hand and like let it hang out there. I definitely get like it is faintly floral, and that's, you got your chamomile and saffron going on, which I think is like conspiring with the hay and whatever wood to kind of give a sense of a pastoral, but it's like looking at something through stained glass. It's not like a clear snapshot or even like a lively painting of like pastoral elements. It's all very blurred through this yellow tone. It has like, it's been deeply Instagram filtered. I do like it more than I expected to.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I was scared of it. I do like the idea that the yellowness of the wallpaper is being expressed in multiple fragrances here as a kind of an overripe quality that doesn't veer all the way into like, dumpster juice, but just like this like presentation of element. There's, again, like the decadence of it. What I like about it is that in the story, this is like it seems like a wealthy family doing this. And her description of her room, and it's like a really bad vacation, And it's one of those things where like, this experience should be beautiful and fun and relaxing, and instead everything about it is wrong. So I like that there is like a kind of like a wrongness and a decadence to the smells. But I'm not as scared of it. It actually reminds me, I think because of the fig and the amber and everything, of some of the scents we've released recently for our The Prophet adaptation. But there's the oversteeped is such a key description with the chamomile petals, because I am kind of getting what smells like a tannic quality, and I am running up against like some of the wood. I don't know.
I smell fig.
I smell fig.
Not just fig, but I'm definitely, yeah, there is like a kind of... It smells like a room that's been locked up for a long time.
And they didn't clean it before they locked it up.
And then you go in and you're just like, Oh, like there's like a almost like a heat.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, like a denseness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having kind of abstract thoughts about it.
There is okay, so there is a kind of a sharpness and a tartness that I think is the oversteeped chamomile petals. And I really love this quality about it because it does add that like complexity. It would be so easy to just do like a squishy, buttery, hazy, sticky, sweet smell. But there is something, there's like some like herbal dimension in here
Hmm.
that is kind of rescues it, I think, because if it was unpleasantly sweet on the hair for hours, I just think I would actually begin to peel off the wallpaper. But I think it kind of like matures into something a little more bearable, which is like, I think if you a scent should be bearable for the wearer. I don't think that's a tall order. Oh, I'm again, I am genuinely surprised because just smelling these casually when we got the bottles and I'm like, oh, I'm so curious. And then I was like, oh, gack, I don't know. The story is scary. It's already in my brain. Alphabetically, next we're going to Air and Sunshine Galore. Chronologically, in the story, this is, I believe, the very first reference we've drawn because she's just describing the house as they arrive and the room that she will be in. Um, It says, a big airy room, the whole floor nearly, with windows that look all ways, and air and sunshine galore. It was a nursery first, and then a playground and gymnasium, I should judge, for the windows are barred for little children, and there are rings and things in the walls. These are one of those elements where it's like,
Lady, you're misunderstanding.
that could actually be the story, but also, are you in like a sanatorium and you just don't know it?
Well, I always thought that it was like, yeah, she thought she was like some nice country home, and that they're like, no, honey, you need rest, and this is your room.
Like,
And we
it's
have rings in the walls in case we need them.
It's unclear because she's unreliable as a narrator because of
Right.
reasons, and whatever information she's being fed by her husband is unreliable. And so, looking at this objectively as an outsider, especially knowing that you're reading a creepy story, you start looking for signs of things, and it's like you're not even. What else has happened in this room? Who else has been confined here?
The first time I read it, I remember really taking it at her word, where I was like, oh no, like she is seeing things. There's something in the house. Something is like that she's the only one that can really like pick up on that something is off here. And then when I read it the second time, I was like, oh wow, I completely misunderstood this. She has been locked up.
Do you want to smell
The
the
lady
scent?
in the wallpaper is you.
Did I? Oh, I didn't read it.
No,
The scent
tell
description
us.
for Air and Sunshine Galore home and linen spray, it says radiant emptiness, a breezy citrus-touched aldehyde with a hint of sunny amber and dusty heliotrope, and the metallic tang of sun-warmed iron bars.
Relaxing.
What I find interesting about this, so first of all, this is a wonderful atmosphere spray for just making a room smell empty and clean and bright. It is pleasantly fresh,
It's very nice.
and
Yeah,
it has,
you got that citrusy aldehyde, so
mhm,
it's very sparkly.
but
And
it's not warm. And there are mentions here of like sun-warmed iron, but that's still not super
no, there's like
warm.
no.
Breezy citrus touched. There's like it actually is a kind of an interestingly cold yellow scent. It's an empty,
Yeah.
radiant emptiness. Great explanation. I've enjoyed spraying this out on our back landing where we've got the plants in for the winter because it just like it's got that sense of like, oh yeah, there's like sunlight streaming in. It doesn't actually seem to touch or warm or clean anything. It is or like an empty church kind of situation, like where not like church with incense and everything, but like they come in there and they scrub that place and it's just like nice and everything is bright and clean, but it's just like also mysterious and kind of like functional, which I guess is where you get because of like the metallic, etc. So there's just like this kind of like bright. It's bright, but not cheerful. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I love the like amber and metallic aspect of it. Also, it does have like citrus touch is a great way of describing, because I feel like if it had gone too lemony or whatever, it would be full furniture polish or Trix cereal. But it doesn't seem like that at all. So this is actually, I think, um, uh, because I have to begin thinking this way, a really nice gift to give someone if you know people who like literature. What's that? Well, you could explain to them what literature is and then give them a very short reading assignment, and then they'll understand why this is such an entertaining gift to receive.
Could you just send me an article about the story so I could read the headline?
An AI generated overview.
Thank you, that would help.
Right. So, no, I think something like this is a great way to gift fragrance, because fragrance worn on the body is very personal. Fragrance sprayed in a place is a little different, but a person can keep this in their bathroom, especially if they have a yellow bathroom. That would be funny. But it's just one of those fun things where someone who will appreciate that anyone even made the Yellow Wallpaper fragrances, it's a good, safe way to participate in the fun that we're having in our own personal insanity.
What I like about the scent copy, the scent itself, and then also the description that we pulled for that scent, is that it kind of starts off on a nice note, and you're like, oh, that's nice. What's that? What's the metal?
Yeah. What's about? Don't worry about that. Just
wait,
climb into bed.
On? Like, so there is something.
Are we going to have a problem?
It's mostly just very like pleasing.
Yeah.
Except
cold.
Something is off. And I like that, because it really does translate that feeling of like, oh, what a lovely room.
Has anything good ever happened in here?
Possibly not. Why are there bars on the windows?
Well, it's just very high up.
Did you just lock the door?
I want to also point out that on the large bottles, so the illustrations that we've used from the labels are from the old book cover for the story itself. Actual archival artistic representation of Yellow Wallpaper in the story. Yeah. And then like for the large bottles, this is the original, like the Yellow Wallpaper title typeface on the wallpaper incorporated. So it was really cool to like look back and see the history of the publishing of the story, and to have an element like that to pull for the design. Very, very fun. We were not able to incorporate it into the perfume labels, but they're fun in their own way, because there's like a divider line on it where it looks like the wallpaper does not meet perfectly. Very cute. You can't see what I'm talking about, but you'll be able to see it on the shop page. Let's move on to committing every artistic sin. What a great layup for a perfumer, because here at Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, we have never met an artistic sin that we don't want to commit, and we get away with a lot. So, of course, this refers to the patterns in the artistry of the paper, etc. She says, I never saw a worse paper in my life. One of those sprawling, flamboyant patterns committing every artistic sin, etc., etc. And Beth's notes for this fragrance are, she says, a smouldering, unclean scent. Turmeric-dusted, acrid marigold, linseed oil, bitter orange peel, crumbling plaster, clotted vanilla, and a whiff of sweet mildew. Just reading that is going to make my lunch taste bad.
I feel upset. I feel upset.
But this is what it's all about. And what I think is, there's a lot of people who are...
vanilla? Like,
I know.
That scares me.
There are a lot of people who are excited about these fragrances who might be nervous about committing to buying a bottle of something that you might not like very much. And that's why I felt it was especially important for us to sniff through them, because like, what's in there? What's it all about? So I'll take the wand if you take the bottle. I'll meet you on the other side. Oh.
It is very upsetting.
So,
I don't know if I want to go back in there.
The first blood was drawn by the bitter orange peel, because there's like a kind of a wince where it's like, oh, it's already in my nose. Like you go to smell a little bit and it just like fully invades you all the way to the sinuses. And
Oh, I don't know.
following on that is you get that plaster note,
Plaster.
right, which is just a very unwelcome house guest. And then what's funny, marigold is like a kind of a lovely, lively, greenish, spicy floral. And there's something about the greenness and the liveliness of it that translates, like conspires with the plaster to, I think, amp the mildew, because there is a, oh, it's fascinating. Once I know that I'm smelling flowers, my appreciation of it changes, but instinctively, it was fascinating, like really unpleasant. You know, the turmeric just gives you no soft place, comfort. I don't know what linseed oil smells like, but if there's like maybe a sharp, kind of like, is it used as like a polish? Why would it be here?
Maybe it seals the wallpaper in. I don't know anything about linseed oil. And
Why?
I'm not going to pretend I do. I'm just offering an idea.
The reason why the vanilla is unsettling is because it really contributes to the sweetness of
like
the
mildew
mildew.
and the
Right.
plaster. I don't know if I want to try this.
I'm gonna try it on. Are you kidding me?
I'm scared.
I can try it on. You can smell it on me if you want to.
I can barely smell it in the bottle. I'm like, I'm terrified. Why is plaster such a terrifying
Every time
smell?
it's come up.
Every time it happens, yeah, the haunted housewife. No,
no. It was in the Haunted House series. It was like the split
the
level.
split level suburban home, and
Yes.
then the day burns white
From the Clive Barker series.
Plaster is terrifying. I don't know. I don't want. I'm scared.
Galen, you don't nope out of fragrances very often.
Oh, don't. I'm scared of that.
Well, then let me. You take a break.
Okay.
Take a selfie. Take a break.
Sorry.
So on the skin, it is really very much like it is in the bottle. I'm pleased to say. I will say this. The vanilla is stepping forward and is more recognizable as vanilla, which is a relief because I'm no longer lost in the phantom zone of just like
Plaster dust.
mysterious scents. The plaster is settling down. This has that like indolic quality that we were talking about with the jasmine. I would say even more so.
Yes.
But it really does remind me. So the Day Burned White is from Clive Barker series is much more. It has a fougere or a men's cologne aspect of it. Am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Okay, is that the other one?
I
The
think
Foolish
it's
and
like,
Vacuous.
Yes, it's like a plaster and milk and spray paint or something.
I got it.
Smells.
I'm looking
terrifying.
it up. It says white and golden amber, white oak moss, and Spanish moss add a touch of decay. So I think we're a little both
plaster,
right because
spray paint, buttermilk.
it's plaster and spray paint modeled with buttermilk. Yeah, but the oak moss is what I was thinking in terms of the cologne aspect.
Okay.
So this is more of like a little more feminine. Okay, so hear me out. Smell it now. It's changed.
It's changed, but I am not going in that room.
It's really fascinating.
It's upsetting.
I feel myself being converted a little bit. I actually am enjoying it more now. I understand. I get it as a fragrance. There is something kind of like chalky and sweet and intriguing, and I'm more able to recognize that there's vanilla and floral and etc. It has like an acrid quality. It has a kind of a like dusty plaster quality. It's just settling. It's settling down. In the bottle, that was crazy.
Yes.
Just smell it. Can you hang out? Can you hang? You don't have to live here, but can you hang? You don't want to hang.
Get it out of my face.
Get it out of my face. All right.
I mean, hats off for making something so terrifying to me. I'm scared of that.
It took me several minutes of evaporation and absorption on the skin
I'm crying.
to get there, but I like it, and I'm completely stunned. Fascinating. Yeah, I mean, it's settled down. It's not as damp and moldy. It's just more kind of like dusty and yellowish. Yeah, okay. Wow. I feel like I learned something about myself by going on that journey. That was committing every artistic sin. Oh, Galen, we have so many of these left. You better get ready. We're going to head straight into Creeping by Daylight. This is after she has started to see a figure in the wallpaper. May contain spoilers for the Yellow Wallpaper. She's seeing who she believes is a woman in the moving around in the pattern, like on the other side of like a lattice.
It's so, I mean, what a terrifying, it's the same woman I know, for she is always creeping, and most women do not creep by daylight.
Most. This is your cue, reading this, to just stick it to the man by creeping by daylight immediately.
I just remember that part being so terrifying.
Especially because she's got all these windows. It's not like she's confined in there only looking at the wallpaper. She's got these windows that look out in all directions, but
she's seeing the wallpaper through the windows.
She's seeing the woman from behind the pattern outside, creeping around. And if you're like basically confined upstairs, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, who are you going to tell? They don't believe her. She tries to talk to people. They don't listen. So the scent is furtive, uncanny, blackened blackberry bleeds onto bruised green leaves. That sounds like Maya Angelou. Bruised green leaves, crushed grass, and wet earth, while tendrils of honeysuckle clutch and grasp at noontime shadows. This sounds like my kind of party. This is like the dance party I want to have at night in the daytime. Okay, so we got your, oh wow. Why do I just imagine that this blackberry is not going to be delicious? Whew. Oh, this is like, so first of all, I want to say that this is like an excellent Halloween season fragrance. Just like extremely dark. Reminds me of like the Ink series almost, the Tattoo Ink series, just because of like the roller coaster into deep darkness here. I am getting some of these beautiful, lush botanicals with the leaves, grass, and then the earth. The honeysuckle is often a really, heady scent note, truly suppressed, at least wet, by the intensity of it's like concentrated blackberry with like the sugar just like kicked out of it. Wow. It manages to be a kind of like dark-sided, fruity floral for like an evil queen or, ghost maiden, evil succubus, lost soul, all the really fun archetypes of femininity. It has a little brightness peeking out as it's drying down on the skin, where I am getting a little more of like the burst of the berry, the tendril of the honeysuckle. It's so close to the ground, it's giving me almost like Alice in Wonderland, like shrunk down super tiny, where you're like smaller than the grass. And so it's like damp earth and darkness, even if there's flowers. I'm impressed by just like how not sweet it is.
Yeah.
That makes this much more wearable for me personally. I love sweet fragrances. I just have a lot of them. Having a dark, creepy, almost bordering on sour fruity floral. This is why a lot of the blackberry scents really ride that line. Like I have that, was it the blackberry and oud? That was I think a duet from a few years ago that I wear a lot because it really leans into the tartness of the berry. instead of being like a sticky sweet strawberry shortcake character. You look upset.
Just happy that I don't have to smell that other one. I mean, this one is upsetting in its own way, though, but it better. But I do kind of feel like I have face planted in wet mud.
It is strongly grassy.
Yeah, and I'm not really getting much of a berry. I'm getting more of like a weird, like, yeah, the crushed grass and the leaves and the mud. It smells damp and earthy. Not in a bad way, but in a kind of slightly unsettling way.
It reminds me of is it JK Men Are Very Good LOL that has like the earth and grass note from the golf course? It's like getting grassier as it dries on the skin.
But there is, you said something about it kind of being sour, and there is like a sourness.
Which for the record,
that is what is creeping me
I'm
out.
very into. It is interesting because it's like the language, like blackened, bleeds, bruised, crushed, wet, clutch, grasp, like all the description words are not just like
tendrils.
In a lot of fragrances, when they try to sell you on a creepy idea, the language is there, but the scent notes end up being like pretty bright and cheerful. This probably even happens to us sometimes, where it's just like emphasizing the creepiness, but ultimately selling like a beautiful, blackberry floral. This is not that girl. She is creeping by daylight.
Yeah.
Really, really great. Moody, mysterious. I don't know if I smelled this on somebody randomly on the subway or whatever. I don't know what I would think. I don't know what I would track it as. Other than they would smell, I would think, oh, they smell really interesting and mysterious. When we went to see Ethel Cain, there were women who walked by us at the concert who were like in an envelope of fragrance. And I was so impressed because I had that experience of just like it felt like the attitude around them completely changed. And this is one of those scents.
I'm telling you, a lot of good smelling folks at the Ethel Cain concert. I smelled like every kind of sandalwood. And I was just like, oh, that's nice. Like someone would like walk by to go get a drink at the bar and then come back. But I was like, that was like the best perfume I've ever smelled. And everyone smells so great here.
We got 3 more. If we can get in there and get in and out under an hour, we're on track. Next we're gonna uncork I've Got Out at Last, which is chronologically in the story the last fragrance. The shattering conclusion of the Yellow Wallpaper. I've got out at last. The I've got out at last, the I that it refers to is troublingly unclear in the story. That's where you really start to realize you don't even necessarily know what has happened to this woman or what she thinks has happened.
Wait, you're like, I thought you saw a woman creeping.
Are you the woman?
In the wallpaper, are you the woman?
Like, yeah, is this like a possession story? I mean, it's troublingly unclear. The fragrance says torn paper revealing scorched plaster embedded with bitter citron, yellow grapefruit, and damp white cedar. More of that plaster now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can do it. It's going to be different. It's different this time.
I don't like plaster.
Oh, Galen, this is a whole different beast.
I don't like it.
There's no mildew, if that helps.
Yeah. Oh, that is some bitter.
It's terrifying.
Oh my god!
It reminds me of the citron in Whitechapel.
And the grapefruit.
Oh, and the grapefruit is like it's like that. It's that yellow grapefruit.
This is upsetting.
There's no sweetness in the grapefruit, but it does give that like when you break the grapefruit open and it like makes that mist and shoots like droplets at you.
Yes,
I can feel that happening. The citron is like a comparable fruit note, but like I don't know. It's just in my brain because I'm an ugly American. It just seems classier.
And and the paper, it does smell papery, and I guess it's like the paper and the bitterness.
It's hard for me to disentangle the paper and the plaster, to be honest, because these are both like kind of industrial products which have their own kind of I mean, they were so overpowering with the citrus that I can barely even
Oh
tell
my
what's
god.
under there. However, and I will say, I know that cedar isn't like evergreen, but there's something about it, maybe the combination of the strength of the citrus, that it's giving me almost like a sharp evergreen. And I just think that somehow the combination of the cedar and the citrus that's doing that. I love it. It's very dry and spare and sharp, and it's got kind of like an interesting swagger. There's a real matching the inspiration. There's like a kind of a real freedom in it. It's like truly invading your space.
Yeah.
It kind of like has an outdoor quality, like it's just like burst out of the confines of that room.
Sure.
On the skin, it is like, if I smelled this on someone, I would say it's so strongly, like the citrus, the cedar, I would say almost reminds me of like a kind of a like meditation blend or something that you would buy, um, as at like for like new age properties. That thing where you're allowed, like people who are looking for like a bracing, vigorous, lively scent, to help with focus or whatever. But there is like a real I do like that some of these have been like gauzy, dreamy, filmy, sticky, kind of melange scents, and that this one is so bold and I don't know, a departure, we'll say. Thematically, I'm impressed. The scent itself, I love. I love grapefruit scents. I've read that grapefruit tends to oxidize really quickly on the skin and might not last super long as a scent note, so I'll definitely want to come by and check it out. Although I don't know what witchery she's using to, you know, keep things the way they are. So I can't smell cedar specifically. Like, I don't think I would smell this and be like, that's a cedar fragrance.
No.
But I can understand how it would fold into the experience that I'm having. You look so unhappy. Are you having a good time?
No, I'm very nervous in this room.
You were, I mean, even when we were, Beth sent over the scent notes and stuff, and you were having a very creepy reaction to it.
Yes, and then when I smelled all of them when they got here, I was just like, "Oh my god, no! Oh my god, no!
No, no.
No!" Like, why is this so terrifying?
You were a troubled teen, and this is bringing it all back. Well, there's nowhere to go but forward, and we will do interminable grotesques. Interminable grotesques, chronologically a little further back, just drawn from one of the extended passages of her getting really into the description of the wallpaper.
Is there any plaster in it?
No. It says, flowers in full chase, radiant and absurd, grotesquely endless, narcissus blooms lolling on broken stems, their buttery perfume swelling into a debased crescendo of honeyed heliotrope, toxic lily of the valley, almond blossom, and opium poppy.
My goodness.
I don't know how well I'm going to be able to like pick apart these various floral scents. When they're all together, it can be challenging for me, and it becomes a kind of like a you like it or you don't like it thing. But I'm willing to give it a shot. Whew. Oh, well, first of all, after the last one we smelled, this is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I know. This is
also unsettling.
a wild floral.
Oh, I'm really smelling the almond blossom.
Definitely in the bottle. Almond is hard to suppress, for
I
sure.
know.
Wow. This is like, it's like go home perfume, you're drunk, for sure. It must have been so fun to create this. It really does have a kind of an absurdness to it. It reminds me of something that would be like in the Mad Tea Party collection in terms of just like a truly wild tangle of different things. I'm not really good at picking out. I want to make sure I put it on clean skin. I've kind of lost track of what went where. Can I?
I'm definitely smelling that kind of like, your hand is in the way.
Oh.
Oh yeah, narcissus and lily. Yeah, something kind of
Yeah.
like the narcissus and the lily, but in the almond.
There is, now that I'm got it on the skin, and I think it's because of the narcissus, it is like yellowy. It's not like yellowy in the like decayed way. And it says they're buttery perfume. I don't know if that alludes to a kind of a buttery scent note that was added, or if it's just describing the way a narcissus smells.
Okay.
I'm totally down for this.
Yeah, I actually.
The almond blossom, I think the overall effect of it is to smooth it all together. And the same with the honeyed heliotrope. It ultimately has a kind of a smoothing thing where they've run the blur filter on it and you just kind of get this like wonderful, colorful, impressionistic floral bouquet instead of picking out individual notes. There is a darkness.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing in this instance, I honestly think it's the opium, which isn't.
I am smelling the opium.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. It was listed. Which kind of takes it into kind of a weird, it's like daytime, nighttime blur also. I don't know, there's something like, it's bright, it's dark, you know, it's soft, it's heady, it's kind of a lot. It's a really, truly flamboyant floral. It's like a full Mardi Gras situation going on.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I don't hate this one, which is nice. Not that I've hated them, but that I've been scared of them.
It's got a nice
And
kind
I
of...
am scared of this, but not in a way where I'm running.
Must protect Galen at all costs.
If there was plaster in this, we'd be having a different story.
I won't let the perfumes hurt you. I was gonna say there is a kind of a like a lovely greenness in this too that just like seems lively. I'm way less scared of this. It was funny, the other day when I was poking my nose into these and I was curious, it must have been that committing every artistic sin that scared me the other day. And it made me scared of filming this video because I'm just like, oh God, what's it gonna be like? I'm happy that I came around on it. Yeah, this is like a completely wearable, but kind of like va-va-voom floral.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at it at all. That leaves us with one more. Sorry, looking up from my laptop. The woman behind it.
Ah,
I know.
here she is.
Here she is, as previously discussed. Chronologically, this is when she notices the woman behind it. I didn't realize for a long time what the thing was that showed behind that dim sub-pattern, but now I am quite sure it is a woman. Oh, what a terrifying thing. A woman, not a woman! A perfume of veils and bars, moonlight slashing through prison walls, silvered lavender and white iris, shuddering like lamplight on stained plaster.
Oh, man.
Ambergris frothing through vanilla husk and the phantom outline of a rose-touched woman's silhouette. How about that? You can do it. Last one.
I think I would be so much more into this if it didn't have plaster.
I should have just not said it. You would never have
and
known.
a redacted note, which you get to guess later when you put it on the skin.
Well, having just smelled this really riotous, like, absurd floral.
This is approachable in the bottle. I'm not
this is
scared. I definitely get the
bee pal to the
lavender
core. This is like really classic, mysterious ghost woman.
Very like Evening with the Spirits.
I was just gonna say this is
Yeah.
straight out of Evening with the Spirits.
Ghostly
It's got-
wisp of a hand. kind
Yeah,
of thing.
it's got auras and nimbuses and
a
halos.
rose-touched woman silhouette. You say?
Yeah,
I think I'm getting it.
I'd like to say that I think I can smell everything in the description, but I might just be gaslighting myself. But I love a loud and proud rose perfume, but I also love a lightly rose inflected perfume for times when you just want to be a little less rosy.
Sure.
But there's a lot to claw through here to get to that rose. So overall, though, yeah, dark, soft, mysterious, strangely vibrant. There's like a strange presence that smells like there's a person in the room, as opposed to some of these others.
Yeah.
Really, just like I just think a really brilliant scent interpretation. I don't know if I was supposed to put it here, but like that's where it is, baby. Trying to get a little more. I'm so used to sniff testing these with
Stomach is creaking.
mine.
Yes.
Yeah, it's lunchtime.
It's the woman behind it.
From now on, every time my stomach growls, I'll tell people
Sorry,
that
it's the woman
that's the woman behind it.
behind it.
Yeah, she's in there. She's not happy. Oh, I love this.
Oh, I do like this.
It's quieter.
I smell the vanilla husk.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. If you think I'm lying,
I feel like the
I'm
plaster, to the extent that it's in here, is just kind of like drying things out.
yeah, there is a dryness.
Yeah. Like maybe a slightly cool, slightly dry. Like, because like the other flowers we just smelled
Dusty.
before was like a total like gloopy hothouse, you know, Muppets Race Mania style floral chase. And this is just like you get a sense of the quietness of like pressed flowers or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then also it's like, again, there's like someone's perfume. Instead of smelling like fresh flowers, it's like a fragrance of someone.
Yeah.
I like that there is something kind of sharp in it that is maybe, I don't know. It could be the rose.
I really do like this one. I'm surprised.
Mm-hmm. It's contemplative. But it's got kind of like an attitude. I would say that it would fit really well in the Junji Ito collection series also that we've done, which we haven't released the next 3 in the series.
But they're coming.
But they're coming, and we've smelled them, and that will be happening soon here in this space. This is like a really lovely denouement to end on.
Ahuha?
Ahuhua?
Sorry, I don't speak French. Was that French?
How did you know it was French?
It just sounded sort of French.
It's because you could see that I have a baguette over here. So.
Baguette and a beret, and
I do have a beret.
it's just like a wheel of brie.
I should have worn my beret. I
Where's
can't
your
believe
wheel
I didn't.
of brie?
Wheel of brie. Okay, so
I want to smell the first one again, because...
the first one, a recurrent spot. That's the Indolic jasmine.
Okay, well, that is absolutely my favorite one of the batch.
It's a beautiful lace scent now on the skin. It is hanging out as like a tobacco-stained lace.
Yeah, the jasmine really calms down, and
Yep.
then you get like that like really gorgeous antique tobacco lace.
Yep.
It just smells like beautifully ancient.
I can't even pick
and
out.
actually approachable.
I might have my nose hairs burnt right now from a couple of florals in a row, but I can't even pick out the
plaster
jasmine on it
dust.
now. And then
I don't.
the hair gloss is just kind of soft and nice and warm and sweet and spicy. Just not a problem. I don't remember if I put atmosphere spray on my skin.
I did. It smells out like just like a nice day outside. It's really like gentle after it settles.
The committing every. Do you want to go back to the really scary one and see what it smells like now? Because it's unrecognizable.
No.
Will you please just validate me?
Going back there.
Here. It doesn't.
I'm sorry.
It's not that strong.
It's not for me.
It's actually, I think, it has gentled down into something that is much more like urban explorer, like picking around in an old building, but like in a nice, quiet way, not like in a being throttled by ghosts kind of way. The Creeping by Daylight, for me, really might be my favorite because of the way this has dried down into just like a really beautiful, interesting, shadowy, pastoral. Like it smells like looking at a painting. I've got out at last, which is over here.
Ugh.
We lost Galen. We broke Galen with this series, everyone.
Too bitter for my blood. Oh,
I like it.
this is not my jam. But I did like Interminable Grotesques is really lovely.
Ultimately, a relatively kind of like dirty floral.
Yeah.
It really does have a kind of an overripe quality about it that is giving yellow haze. But then I have the woman behind it over next door, which is just like the intensity, the saturation is pulled a little bit, and it's just like more brooding. So what a ride. So that is the 8 fragrances in this series. These have been out long enough to where some of you may actually even have them. I've been really enjoying, there are some reviews for these in the bpal.org web forum that people have shared there. If you want to like copy and paste your reviews from there into the comments here or jot something down here, that would be great because I know people are curious about these and maybe a little scared of them. And I don't know if we made them less scared by our impressions today.
Sorry.
But I am dying to know what people are thinking because once the rubber hits the road and the oil is in your hands, what's going to happen? Are you going to take this, tale of hysterical
wallpaper?
Well, the wallpaper's not hysterical.
It's hysterical.
The woman is hysterical. Her womb is wandering all over the place.
And the wallpaper is historical.
Historical, what a range. Anyway, I'm just curious to know what people are thinking because I don't want to feel alone in this experience of having gone on this ride. And honestly,
no,
you're a great company, but like you weren't there for all of it. So
I noped out.
You noped out a
on
little
one.
bit.
Only on one.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But you were scared for a lot of the time.
Yes. And that's okay because this is a scary story.
Oh, someone just says, while you were streaming, my decants of these showed up. What serendipity? Well, then you're going to get to just go on the whole
My
ride.
goodness, have fun in that yellow wallpaper room.
We're going to hop off because we just cracked an hour. It's time to have lunch, and the woman behind it is growling and demands to be fed. But if you want to turn up later and say what you thought, I would love to hear it. So we will be back very soon, sniffing something or other. I have no plans. It's Friday, but we'll be back at you very soon. And Galen's scratching his head as if no one's watching. So just like some lady at the bus station.
What? Sometimes your scalp itches.
Yeah, you can't wait until 30 seconds until we're done.
I'm being real.
Okay, well, that's very real. I think there's something scratching to get out. Is that a woman? The woman behind it?
The woman behind the yellow
the yellow wallpaper, as it were. Oh no, you did it to yourself.
Yeah.
But
I'm
why
gonna go creep by daylight?
But why did he faint? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everyone, get out there and do some daylight creeping. I know that daylight savings time has messed things up for those of you who like daylight, like creeping by daylight. But we can get it done. So, daylight creeping squad, activate. You ready for lunch?
I'm starving. Yes.
Okay.
Have a lovely weekend. Thank you for watching. Sorry, I'm so scared of plaster.
The end.